Troy Aikman is leaving Fox and joining ESPN to become the lead analyst for Monday Night Football, according to a report from the New York Post. The Post said that Troy Aikman has been in talks with ESPN for months, and right now they are finalizing a deal for him to leave Fox, become the main analyst for Monday Night Football. The deal is expected to be worth for $17.5 million a year for 5 years, and there's a bit of news that I'll get into later that could make all of this even more interesting. But if Troy Aikman goes to ESPN, my God, that would change the entire landscape. Already, the landscape of football announcing in general has already been changed with Al Michaels leaving for Amazon. There was the thought that Troy Aikman was going to be actually his analyst on the Amazon streams for Thursday Night Football. There was a thought that he could possibly do both. Nope, that's not happening. Troy Aikman is going to ESPN, and this means a lot for ESPN. This means a lot for Troy Aikman. It means more money for Troy Aikman. And it could mean a death nail in the broadcast of Fox, because who are they going to get now? I mean, there's so many different avenues to take. Let's talk firstly about what this means for Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman, obviously one of the best announcers in the business right now. He, I would argue, is the better half of his combination with Joe Buck. But him going to ESPN would not only add to him, because he's finally going to get to call real primetime football. He's called Thursday Night Football, but he hasn't called, real primetime night football. But Monday nights, there's almost no bigger place for him. And then you add on top of that for ESPN, they've been looking since Mike Tirico and the crew got broken up and John Gruden left. They've been looking for someone to really solidify their broadcast. And adding Troy Aikman, potentially you're going to get rid of Greasy there. He's gone. But adding Troy Aikman is going to not only shift the perception of ESPN's Monday Night Football broadcast being kind of second tier and second rate, but it on top of that is going to really make it fun, because Aikman is a fun announcer. He's super smart and really good, and he's been doing it for a while. So that's going to give them a lot more legitimacy than they already have. Greasy's obviously, he's fine, but he's not Troy Aikman. On top of that, for Fox, this means you not only lose your best analyst, but there's another addition to this report that ESPN is also at the same time trying to get Joe Buck away from Fox. And let me tell you something. One thing to take away Troy Aikman, they take away Joe Buck. Not only would that be, I think, the death nail for Fox's broadcast, because Joe Buck, say what you want, he's not my cup of tea. A lot of people like him and his announcing style. That's whatever, right? Say what you want about it, but if Joe Buck leaves Fox and Troy Aikman leaves Fox, they're not left with much. They're gonna have to find a way. Maybe if they get Tom Brady to be their lead analyst, maybe they'll end up saving it. But it's going to be weird, and it's going to be weird not to see Joe Buck and Troy Aikman calling Cowboys games every week in a football night in America, or not football night in America, America's game of the week. That's what it is. But to have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football, and you're throwing Louis Riddick in there, who I think they need to keep. You got to keep Louis Riddick. That dude is way too qualified not to be in that booth. That would be a great three-man booth between Louis Riddick, Troy Aikman, and Joe Buck. Again, Joe Buck's not my cup of tea. I don't like it, but I understand the appeal and all that. But absolutely massive. Al Michaels going to Amazon. Troy Aikman now going to ESPN. Mike Tirico becoming the main play-by-play guy at NBC. And on top of that, you got potentially Joe Buck leaving Fox to join ESPN. Football is about to be different and weird. I don't like it, but that's what's happening. Hey everyone, we hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Until next time, keep it real.